Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Dev. For those that are new here, what's good? In today's video, I am going to be creating this really nice red fiery look that I came up with today, and I am completely obsessed with it. I've been trying to like add more color to my life in general. I always do like really neutral looks, so I've been wanting to just add some more color to my eye look, so I came up with this. I'm not going to do so much talking because this video is a talk-through video, so there's not going to be a voiceover. But if you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you hit that red button down below, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. But yeah, if you guys want to see how I created this look, just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I am about to do like a talk-through kind of get ready with me video. It took me forever to do this one eye. I just wanted to like create this like fiery like orange red look, and I had bought this white liner from NYX finally, so I've been wanting to use it like all the time now, so I just had to like incorporate that in there. This took me forever to do, so hopefully the other eye does not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes with the Maybelline Master Concealer, and this is in the color light medium, and I am just going to put this all over my eyelid. I did my brows already with the Anastasia Dip Brow in the color dark brown. I'm going to use a little bit of my Anastasia concealer just to conceal underneath my brows, just so that it's not too light underneath my brows. And this concealer is in number 3. So I'm just going to put this right underneath my brows and then blend that Maybelline concealer all over my eyelid. Alright, so I'm going to be using 3 different eyeshadow palettes. This is not necessary. But I just like some of the other colors better. But I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette that I got from Karity. They sent me this eyeshadow palette, and oh my goodness, it's everything. It's a colorful all matte eyeshadow palette. It has like basically all the basic colors that Morphe 35B has. I've been having issues with my Morphe 35B palette. I bought it like not a couple years ago, maybe last year or the year before last, and I've been having like trouble with some of the shadows, but I have not had any trouble with any of these shadows in this palette, and I am completely obsessed. So I'm going to be using majority this palette. So yeah, I'm going to go in first with this orange shade, and this is in the shade Vegas, which is this one right here, and I'm going to be taking this Morphe S11 flat brush to pack this shade on my eyelid, but into my crease area, just to make it really pigmented. I did not set my concealer because I wanted my eyeshadows to be really pigmented, so I'm just gonna pack that in my crease and blend it out. And before I blend it out, I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and I'm going to be using my Tarte in Bloom palette to do that. I'm going to take the shade Funny Girl, and I'm just going to highlight my brow bone with a BH Cosmetics number 9 brush. That needs to be clean, or none of my brushes are clean. Alright, so now I'm going to blend this orange shade out, and I'm going to be taking this brush that I got from Amazon. It's just a regular blending brush, and I'm just going to blend out the edges of the shadow. I'm going to zoom this camera in just a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little brush that I got from one of the Anastasia eyeshadow palettes, and I was going to use the red out this palette, but for some reason it wasn't working like the first time I did it, and I had to wipe my eye off and start over. So I'm going to be taking my Morphe 3502 palette, and I'm going to use the red out of here. And I'm just going to pack this right into my crease and blend it out just like I did my orange shade. Okay, so I'm going to take the end of this brush, which is the blending side, and I'm just going to blend that red out. I've been trying to challenge myself to do more bright colored looks instead of always doing like browns and neutrals, because I used to kill my 3502 palette and everything was just like neutral and basic. So I'm just trying to amp it up and add a little bit more color to my life. So and what I'm doing is just taking a little bit of that orange shade and just blending out the edges so that it does not get lost. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is very lightly, I'm going to go into, where's my little brush at? I'm going to go into this black shade in the Karity palette, and it is called Disturbia. So I'm just going to tap into that, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to put this on the outer corner of my eye. I'm about to cut my crease with some Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in this is Eden in the eyeshadow primer. And this brush that I'm using is from the Amazon brush set that I got. And it was only $8, and it came with a lot of bomb blending brushes. But I'm looking for like a really flat brush that I can cut my crease a little bit better with. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know down below. Okay, that's pretty even. Alright, that was good and easy. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is take this black shade again and just fill in the outer corner of my eye. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same Anastasia brush and I'm going to go into that orange shade from the Karity palette, and I'm just going to put this in the center of my lid. And then I'm also going to take that red shade from the Morphe palette and I'm just going to put that right on top of this orange shade. Now I'm going to take that brush that I had used for the black eyeshadow and I'm just going to blend those two together. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into this, I don't know what did I use. I'm going to use this yellow shade right here, and this is in the color Tweety, like Tweety Bird. So I'm just going to dip into that, and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner of my eyelid. Like, look how pigmented this yellow is. Like, I'm shook, okay? So I heard that they were discontinuing the Morphe 35B palette. So if you guys need another palette, honey, get you one of these, okay? I'm gonna take that same brush that I used for that orange and red shadow and just blend those two together. And I think I want a little bit more of the orange to show up instead of like the red. So I'm just going to pack some orange right on top of that. Take that shadow that had the brush that had the black shadow on it without picking up any more product and just blending those two together. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shimmery orange shadow from the Morphe 3502 palette, which is this one right here. I'm going to take that and I'm going to use like this flat concealer brush, and I'm just going to pack that on my lid right on top of the yellow. Alright. So now I'm going to do a little bit of liner. I'm not going to do a wing liner. I'm just going to do a liner right across the lash line. And I'm going to be using my Tarte Clay Paint Liner. And this is in the color black. And I'm also going to take the Tarte brush to do my liner. I'm going to be putting on lashes, so I'm just going to have to rock with it. But I'm going to take that brush that I had the black eyeshadow on again. I'm going to pick up a little bit more just to blend that liner in on the outer corner. And just kind of blend everything in. I'm going to take another fluffy brush that I have without picking up any product, and I'm just going to blend this outer corner together so that there's no harsh lines, because honey, this black is getting out of control. There we go. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is my white liner. This is a NYX white liquid liner, so I'm going to use this to cut a little line right across my crease. This brush is so hard to use. I like to be like really close on the brush, but give me a second. Lord, my hands are shaking. Okay, I need this. Alright, so for my lashes, I'm going to take these Lilly lashes for Sephora collection, and they are in the style Miami. And I am going to apply those really quickly, and then we'll get started on the face. Okay, so I went ahead and did my foundation. For foundation, I used Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation in the color Maple. It is a full coverage foundation that I am absolutely in love with. I love how this looks on my skin. A little bit goes a long way. The color is perfect. So I just went ahead and did that. I primed my skin with the MAC, what is it called? MAC Strobe Cream in the color Gold Light. And that was it. But I'm going to be using this new product that I bought, and it's from Too Faced. This is the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I got the color Sand. So I'm going to use this to highlight underneath my eyes, forehead, chin, bridge of the nose. You all know the deal. So this concealer is absolutely amazing. So about this color, I would have liked it to be a little bit more golden, because that's how I like my concealer. But the next shade darker than this was way too dark for me to highlight with, and I do like a bright concealer, so the shade lighter than this was too light, so I just had to stick with this. Sometimes I will mix my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer with this. Just do a little bit on top, because I'm in the shade Golden in that concealer, so that shade is like the perfect color for me. Ooh, that was not even. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit around my nose, and then for contour, I'm gonna let this sit and dry down a little bit, and then for my contour, I'm gonna use my Hourglass Vanish foundation stick in the color Chestnut to contour with. You guys have seen me do this in my last makeup tutorial, so I'm just gonna go just like that, down that way. I'm not gonna go directly to my forehead. I like to wipe it off the container first, because it is really pigmented, and this is a bit dark for me, but I like it because I do like a really bronze look. So I'm just gonna blend this out with this makeup brush that I have from Loud Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna blend this out. I'm so in love with my eyes. Oh my god, after like the third try, I finally came up with something. Alright, so I'm going to blend out my concealer with my Real Technique sponge. This concealer, okay, a little bit goes a long way. Lord, this thing is everywhere. I'm going to set this. I'm going to use my Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in the color Light. And I'm just going to set, Lord, this one's empty. Okay, so to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. Look at this. It's like almost down. It's like to the pan. I'm just scraping it. The top is broken. And Sephora has not brought it back yet, so I don't know what's going on, but fingers crossed, you guys, because this is like my favorite setting powder ever. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I have the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, but it's not the same to me. So I hope they bring this back. I feel like I'm the only one that really likes Jay-Z and Beyonce's new album. Like, nobody loves to hear Beyonce rap, and I love it. Like, I feel like Beyonce has been too humble like the past couple years, and now it's time for her to talk her shit, and that's what she's doing. I love it. I am here for it. So yeah, I'm just jamming to it right now. Hopefully my video does not get flagged because I gotta turn it down. But I just love, me and my boyfriend, we freaking love this album so much. Like, we literally, like, basically know all the words to it right now. I'm going to bronze up a little bit more, and this is an Anastasia bronzer in the color Mahogany. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this because this is like the darkest shade. It is way too dark, but I'm just going to contour this a little bit more since it kind of got lost, and I'm just going to blend this in. I'm not going to put this one around my forehead because it's way too dark. But I'm just going to put it right here in the hollows of the cheek just to give me a more chiseled look. Okay, so for blush, I haven't used this in a while, and I bought this. So I work at Sephora. I don't think I've ever said that on here. But I work at Sephora, and I've been loving this Sephora blush. It is an airbrush brush, and this is waterproof, and it's in the color Rusted Bust. So this tea is almost empty, but I'm just going to take a little bit of this, spray it on my brush. I hope something comes out of this. And just tap this right on my cheek. I may need to add something else because I think it's pretty empty. But I just love how this doesn't look powdery at all. And it just like really settles into the skin. It just gives your skin like a nice tint. Okay, so for lips, I'm going to take my MAC liner in the shade Cork. Hopefully it does not break on me. It is this little now, and every time I use it, the top just breaks off of it, so I have to be really careful. Okay, so for lips, I'm going to use this Karity liquid lipstick. This is in the color Sugary Sweet. They sent me their 6 collection new liquid lipsticks, and they are amazing. They're very pigmented, and they stay on forever. So I'm just going to put this right on top. I do like it though. It feels really good too. It's not dry or anything. I would probably like later on add a gloss on top of it. But I like it right now. Alright, there we go. So I am finished with this look finally. This took longer than I expected it, so I have to really work on really getting my timing down and finishing quickly. But this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like to see more talk through videos from me, please let me know down below, and I will definitely keep them coming because they are easier to edit as well. So yeah, that's the end of this tutorial. I have another video coming soon right after this, so it's gonna be a long day for me, but stay tuned. They'll be coming soon. Thank you guys for checking out my channel. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, please, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.